This reaction is brought to you by my copious amounts of $5 or more patrons at patreon.com/AlexHeitz. I'd like to thank Andreas Glaisel, Colin, Ray Schuster, Andrew Graff, at HonkoVideo69 on Twitter, B Jabber, Ben Loden, Dan Navarro, Ed Summers, Identitech, Jimmy, Kurt David, Mark Ventura, Matthew McLaughlin, M. DeBelly, Music Addict, Northern Sky, Richard, Skylar Ringfield, Support Basic Science Research, Will E., David Mannion Livitz, and Sam Gabshak for sponsoring this video, supporting me, my family, the channel. I appreciate it immensely. All of you, thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy the video. Ooh-wee. Welcome, everyone, to another album reaction. This one is so exciting because it is big, important album that everyone is excited about. Yeah, so let's see. I need to open up my reactions here. We did Out of Time. Oh yeah, we just did a poll album, right? So we don't have another one until we're done with R.E.M. actually. Because I think what was that, Scott 4? And then the last one we did was Out of Time. I haven't done any follow-ups for Out of Time. The last one I did was for Green, right? So I won't say too much about Out of Time. I will say, I'll talk about this kind of briefly in a bit once I get through the sponsor stuff here. But needless to say, I'm very excited for the album that we are going to be doing today. For those who don't know, I do unedited reactions at my Patreon, patreon.com/AlexHeitz for $5 a month. You can get access to unedited reactions from Modest Mouse going forward. You also get a shout out at the front of the video, like you saw all those wonderful people who have hopped on out of nowhere in the last couple weeks. Done about 55 to 60-ish unedited reactions from April 2021. 2021 going forward. You can also hop in at the $1 a month level, gets you access to voting in polls that we do every 2 to 4 albums of an artist's discography that we're going through. This kind of helps break up the monotony of the artist binges, and we kind of get to inject one of 4 miscellaneous albums into the list. And $1 a month gets you access to voting in those. So if you would like to support the channel, the Patreon would be a fantastic place to do it. Also got to mention NordVPN, link in the description. Got an affiliate link down there. Fantastic VPN service, great speeds, great prices, super flexible, one of the best VPNs on the market. Encrypt your data, access content from other countries, and other such activities. Anyway. Thank you so much, Nord, for the affiliate link. I appreciate it. If you guys would like to support the channel, it's also a great place to do it. And get yourself a VPN in the process. Okay, so this is automatic for the people. I was going to briefly say, Out of Time and Green, as far as, like, albums that weren't seen as, like, as good as something like, you know, the Document before it and all the previous albums. I think that Green and Out of Time are perfectly fine albums. I don't like Out of Time as much as Green, but there's still a lot of cool stuff on Out of Time. I think Green is just a little more interesting and has more consistent quality, more consistent highs than Out of Time does. Out of Time has some weird oddball tracks that don't fully work, but like I said, a lot of cool moments, I think. So when it comes to this new album here, Automatic for the People, 92, this is just kind of seen as like their pinnacle after Murmur, which is why I've been so interested to get to this one, because I want to kind of see the culmination of the direction that like Document was pointing, going through Green and Out of Time and arriving here. The only track I've heard on here is Nightswimming. In the comments of pretty much all of my album reactions, I have linked the other content I've done from the bands, so you can check out my other R.E.M. reactions. And I did a track reaction to Nightswimming because it was on my top 10 single streams, where I listen to the top 10 singles from every year. So I heard Nightswimming when we were going through 92 or 93 or whenever the single came out. Really pleasant track. It's grown on me a lot. When I first heard it, I was like, okay, kind of simple piano song. But then like the string arrangement by John Paul Jones of all people, was just super pleasant on re-listens. I really liked it. So I'm very eager to check this out. This is also around the time when they were scoring Man on the Moon, which I watched that when I was younger, probably like 15 years ago. And I don't remember R.E.M's music from it, so I think I was just more focused on the like Andy Kaufman story and whatnot. But I'm interested to hear tracks like Drive, Everybody Hurts, Man on the Moon, Find the River. I know that those are all notable ones. And so I think without any further ado, it's a 48-minute album, kind of classified in a more basic like alt-rock kind of pop format apparently. Acoustic and jangle stuff still very present here. It's kind of got a folk angle, I think, but like I said, also you have some string arrangements on here too, so I'm expecting to really like this a lot. I'm very hopeful. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started, guys. I don't think I have any more preamble to add here, so let's go ahead and kick it off with the first track, Drive.
Another one to the racks, baby. What if you walk? What if you rock around the clock till you get on, baby? Crazy in the head, baby. Maybe I ride, maybe you walk, maybe I try to get on. Hey, kids, shake a leg. Maybe you're crazy. Hey, kids, where are you? Smack, smack, crack, shack-a-lack. To get on, baby.
Interesting. I mean, I know this was a single. Got a nice like gothic country vibe to it. Super sparse though. Like it barely like rose above a rumble. I don't know, maybe just a nice kind of like mood setting track. It's weird that that was a single, if I'm to be completely honest, but I liked it. I liked it. Let's keep trucking. Try Not to Breathe.
Try not to breathe, this decision to remember. Something to breathe. Leave it to memory, me. Shudder to breathe. I over my grave again. I have seen things that you will never see. Leave it to memory.
Not bad. Not bad. Nothing incredible, but really solid, really pleasant. Nice guitar playing. Like this is like I've mentioned before, like tracks that feel like R.E.M. tracks, you know, like Fall on Me, I think is one that just kind of, as soon as you hear it, like, oh, that's the R.E.M. vibe. There's the vocals, there's the chord progression, da, ba, da, ba, da. This falls in line with that, but like, and I haven't really got any flack for saying this, but I'll say it again, and I'm scared because every time I say it, I feel like people are going to get upset with me, but like, there were quite a few tracks on albums like Life's Rich Pageant and Fables that felt like R.E.M. tracks to a detriment. Like they were just kind of like, I've heard these ideas before and nothing like interesting is kind of coming out of it for me. But in this case, I feel like we have some interesting melody. It's a little bit more dynamic, maybe. I don't know. Let's keep going. The Sidewinder Sleeps Tonight. This was also a single. I think it was a bit more jangly. Let's see. What a peculiar song. Um, classic R.E.M. though, you gotta admit. The choruses were like simultaneously catchy but clunky as hell. That was so strange. It's like how many syllables can I fit into the meter? Um, I liked the chords though, and I liked the kind of the phrasing of the track. Um, very catchy, very catchy. I can see um like when I did the reaction for the roller coaster album from Red House Chili Peppers. Um, I don't know if I mentioned directly in that video, but I could sense like this is like because I was like 93, right? Um, I could sense like this is kind of like the vibe of the 90s right here. Because there was like the happy-go-lucky kind of pop, you know, that I felt like REM kind of contributed to. Like I mentioned, Superman, It's the End of the World as We Know It. Like those were kind of like the poster children for that happy-go-lucky pop, quirky alt rock pop from the 90s. Um, and then there's also the other like more dour, moody stuff that like the slowcore bands like Red House Painters were doing. And this is more in line with that. Like this feels a little bit more, it's kind of in the middle, honestly. A little more grounded, I suppose. It's slightly, I don't want to say down. I don't know, it's a good mix of like highs and lows as far as like emotions go so far. It seems to be a well varied album tonally, which is nice. So let's continue. Everybody Hurts. This is kind of a like divisive song, right? Some people like think it's like schmaltzy as hell, and some people really like it. I don't know. Let's see.
Is long in the night. You've had enough of this life. Don't let yourself go. And everybody hurts sometimes. 'Cause everybody hurts. Don't throw your hand like you're alone. No. If you're on your own, everybody hurts. Hold on.
I understand. I see it. Yeah. So I really like the traditional guitar arpeggio. I always have a soft spot for any kind of thing that's like a 50s, 60s pop adjacent brill building doo-wop stuff. And those kind of, that's part of why We Walk really stuck out to me on Murmur, because it had a similar kind of guitar arpeggio, and I always love that sound. It's schmaltzy, but it's also like super sincere and heartfelt, and the string arrangement was really nice. Like JPJ is killing it on these, which I think Nightswimming is his only other arrangement on here, but it's all been really good stuff. Really, really surprising work from him, actually. I don't know, maybe he's done more of that than I realized, but cool, good, nice. New Orleans instrumental number 1. Nice. Very simple. Don't know why it was there, but it was. Um, nice little. What is the flip? It's after. Okay, so Sweetness follows. Next track. This is the last one on side A, Drive. Okay, nice little like lead into the outro of the first side of the album. So let's go with Sweetness Follows.
Your mother, what did you think when you lost her? I always wonder, why did we bother? Distance, little things, they can pull you under. Sweetness
Not what I was expecting. Very what's the word? Static. Marching. That's the word. I was like plodding. No. Kind of like a steady march to it. Interesting way to close out the first side of the album. Yeah. So we're halfway through now. I'll probably end up liking this more than Green and Out of Time. I think that's a fair bet to say. I may, and there's a good likelihood. I don't know if I'll like it more than Document. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, we still got Nightswimming on here that I've already heard, so we have 5 tracks left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that I haven't heard yet. So interested to see what the B side is like, the ride side, if you will. All right, Monty Got a Raw Deal.
This seems strange to me. The movies had that movie. All the ocean, me, man. I saw you buried. You don't know that nonsense doesn't mean years later. Just let go.
That apparently had an instrument on it called the bouzouki, which is a instrument from like Greece, apparently. I was like, is that like a mandolin? Which Peter does do mandolin on this album, but on that track in particular, had a really nice kind of, is like, the Led Zeppelin kind of folk stuff where it just feels very traditional and like an actual folklore thing to it. That was cool. Like it's a good sign, like when your throwaway tracks or your like deep cuts on an album are like really interesting, which I think is the case with Green and Out of Time. There's some notable deep cuts on those albums that you can't ignore. And speaking of Ignoreland. Probably my least favorite one so far, but mostly just because it wasn't really like my speed. The like spoken word, quick lyrics like that. I'd rather prefer a melody. Some of the like rock guitar was pretty cool though. There was some cool texture and tone in there. Not much to say about it though. Should I ignore Ignoreland? No, I won't. It's fine. I didn't close. Okay. Star Me Kitten. They're saying naughty words in these songs now. It's not as fun as it used to be. I won't lie. Might be in my top 10 favorite R.E.M. songs. Something like real dreamy and ambient. I'm always down for that. Really nice. Really nice. Kind of a surprise, actually. I like it. I like it a lot. I don't have a lot to say about it. Really interesting, calm B-side of an album track. Very good. All right, I think we're going to be ending with 3 heavy hitters here. Man on the Moon is supposed to be pretty good. Let's go.
This one, tell me, are you locked in the pond? A man on the moon, man on the moon. If you believe the moon, Newton got asked, Mr. Joe, are you having fun? If you believe they put a man. There's a little ghost for the offering. Yeah. St. Peter's. Yeah. If you believe there's nothing up there to see. If you believe.
Yeah. That was good. I really like the verses. Great chords in the verses as well. Mike Mills, like I love when Mike's bass like really shines and has a nice like crisp tone to it. I mean, that's part of what I really liked about Murmur, and I feel like I've gotten so little of that since then. So anytime it like shines through, I'm like, yeah, that's good. Yeah, I like it. We're going into Nightswimming now. I've already heard it. Like I said, if you want to see my first reaction to it, link in the comments down below. But let's listen to it again.
It's a quiet night. Every street light reveals a picture that's low tonight. Years ago, fear of Remembering that night, bright tide, ever drum, could not describe. Serves a quiet night.
It's nice. The only like small criticism that I have for that track is like the lyrics are kind of like too like free flowing, and sometimes a little pretentious. But like they paint such a nice picture that I can't like really knock them all that much. And man, that string arrangement's so good. It's so good. Really like it. Okay, we have one track left. Then we're done with the album. Then we'll talk about it briefly, and then I will ascend into heaven. Find the River.
The read on the speedometer says you have to go. Be my thoughts of flowers strewn, the ocean storm may bury me. Watch the road and memorize the slide that passed. And fall away. Leave the road. See, we're closer now than light used to go. Inland and indigo, coriander stem and rose.
And there it is. We did it. We have completed the album. That was good. I really like the melodica by Bill Berry on there. It almost sounded like a track from like a Zelda score with the melodica. It's like, oh, I just entered like Kakariko Village or something. Interesting chords, like optimistic sounding, but has like a dark edge to it, mysterious edge, and that's how the album goes out. Dang. Okay, that's it. Automatic for the People has been manually listened to. This is a great album. This is really nice. I could easily say that this is my second favorite from them. It would probably go Murmur, Automatic, Document, Green, Life's Rich Pageant, Fables, Out of Time, or Out of Time Fables. I don't know. I don't even know. Like, I haven't listened to Chronic Town in so long. I need to go back to that and kind of like reorient myself a little bit. But Automatic for the People, really nice. Only tracks I wasn't really into was Ignoreland. Everybody Hurts, I Can Take or Leave. Sweetness Follows was just kind of like a way to ride out the side A, so that was whatever. Monty Got a Raw Deal was decent. I mean, Drive also, like, I need to listen to that one again because I'm kind of surprised at how much of a flat line that one was. Not in a bad way. I just wasn't. I was expecting something a little more intensive to start the album out because usually they start with a bang. But that one was way more low key. But Drive was pretty good. Try Not to Breathe was solid. Sidewinder Sleeps Tonight was kind of wild, and that was fun. Everybody Hurts was really pleasant. The instrumental was nice. Sweetness Follows was nice. Monty Got a Raw Deal, interesting. Ignoreland, fine. Me Kitten, really pleasant surprise. Really enjoyed that track. And then Man on the Moon, Nightswimming, Find the River. Great way to end the album. Man on the Moon was a pleasant surprise as well, as far as like, it was more poppy than I thought it was going to be. More approachable in their kind of, it's the end of the world as we know it, stand, shiny happy people kind of thing, but not quite as like silly, but it definitely was like, it was being slightly silly in the lyrics. But Automatic, really nice, really nice. Eager to re-listen to a lot of these tracks, and I'll also be eager to see how this compares with the last album I'll be doing from them, New Adventures in Hi-Fi. I'm not doing Monster. Some people might want me to. I'm not really all that interested in it. Some people have told me that, like, for some reason the production just kind of sucks. Also, they just kind of go into like a really weird direction all of a sudden, and then sort of come back for Hi-Fi, which is, I think, a little bit more in the Americana country realm. Has Ebo, the letter on it. 65 minutes, dang, I gotta remember to set aside a good amount of time for that one. But Automatic for the People, very pleasant, very pleasant. I'm very glad I listened to it. I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction, and I'm eager to see how it compares with New Adventures in Hi-Fi coming up next. Okay, everybody, that is it. We have done it. We have listened to the album, and I am very happy about it. Things to plug, of course, we got the Patreon yet again, patreon.com/AlexHeitz, $5 a month, access to unedited reactions, of which this will be one of them, as well as all of my reactions from April 2021 to present. So $5 a month, you can access that catalog, would be greatly appreciated. $1 a month, access to voting in polls, which we will have a poll coming up after New Adventures in Hi-Fi. And if I'm not mistaken, the poll will be chosen by my Discord people. Link in the description for that. Got about 170, 180 members over there. Lots of fun music discussions, Topster charts, album things, memes, ratings, people, music. I think there's music over there. Go check it out. I haven't been as active on there as I'd like to be, but hopefully now that I'm easing up my YouTube production a little bit, going back to kind of the same rate of stuff that I was doing in 2019, I'll be able to be a little more present on the Discord, because I like hanging out with you guys over there. So go check it out, link in the description. That's it. That's all I got for you guys. I hope you're all doing well going into spring. Really nice weather, somewhat. It's raining a lot here, but I'm appreciating the warmer weather, which has been very pleasant. And I hope you're all just doing really well. I hope that the new year is treating you right going into spring. Difficult times out there for some. It was a really hard start of the year for us, but we're kind of getting out of the weeds a little bit, and I hope everyone else is doing well as well. So yeah, nothing much else to add here. That's really all I got. So I'm excited to see you guys in the Hi-Fi video coming out in a couple weeks. And that's all I got. So until next time, everyone, thank you all so much for watching, and Godspeed.